What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And who's the next CEO of Stellantis? Well, looks like we got two front runners. Let's talk about it. That is right, guys. Welcome on back to TK's Garage. In today's video, I got to talk to you guys a little bit about the front runners for CEO at Stellantis. Now, I saw the breaking news early this morning, or it would be late last night for me, about the Apple chief financial officer, or former Apple chief financial officer, and why picking a tech sector CEO would be a friggin' disaster for Stellantis. And the reason why I say this is because this is still an automotive / truck company. This is not, I understand that a lot of people think like these are just iPads with wheels now, right? And if they were still going full EV, then maybe it would make some semblance of sense to have a tech CEO on board. But this isn't Apple. We're not selling phones. We're not selling iPhones or Androids or whatever, all right? We're not selling iPads. They're selling vehicles. And not, thank God, just EVs anymore. We're going back to V8s and inline sixes and even diesels in some cases. You need a CEO that's able to actually understand the market that you're in. That's the biggest priority. And know about developing those products. Yes, you can have a CEO that's not from that industry, and maybe they do great. Like, for real, like if Stellantis brought on somebody like, say, John Legere, the former CEO from T-Mobile, where he was like, F this, uncarrier that, and just had that attitude, because that's part of what Dodge or Mopar is, right? And I know you're going to say, Stellantis isn't just Mopar. Listen, Stellantis is Mopar, okay? They get the majority of their money, not from Peugeot, not from Fiat. Now, granted, Fiat did come in with FCA. They get the majority, they make the most of their profit from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. So let's not make any, oh, it's not just that. No, it's not. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram keeps all the other friggin' brands floating, Fiat included. So looking at, that news, seeing that they were, and Stellantis came out and categorically denied it, right? So no Apple CEO, but now it looks like, as we reported this before Carlos Tavares even resigned, that Antonio Filosa, or however you say his last name, is in line, or could possibly be. He's currently the chief operating officer here in North America. He could end up being the CEO. I understand what he did in South America in turning that market around. But the United States, and you're basically building cars for Canada and the United States, all right? I'd say North America, but a lot of people in Mexico aren't buying Ram 1500s and Hellcats, and this is not happening. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't, because they do, but it's not like here or Canada, okay? So while Antonio might be a great CEO, I don't think it instills, yes, I know what he was able to do in South America, but it doesn't instill the confidence on what the brand is. The brand has an identity. This is a muscle car company first. And they make trucks. And if they're smart, they bring back the Dodge Viper to compete with the Corvette, with the C8. But the most important thing is you want somebody here that understands the brand, the direction, and get it back to being profitable. Because it was significantly profitable with those V8 engines. You're in the past, TK. Those V8s are gone. No, they're not. Sorry. Yeah, they may have to retool them. They might come out with a 4.0 liter Hemi, maybe a 5.0 Hemi. Maybe they come out with something that's dual overhead cam over time. But the current V8, the 6.2 liter Hellcat, Hemi, it's a Hemi engine because someone was just roasting me. I'm like, T-God, the Hellcat's not an engine, it's a Hemi. It's a Hellcat engine. Yes, I know the Hellcat is a blower. Duh, I get it. But I know it's a Hemi engine. But it's a Hellcat engine. That's what they call that. All right? Just like the Demon engine is called a Elephant engine. Like the 426 is a Elephant engine. They don't call it it's a Hemi with an elephant blower. No, come on, man. Anyways, Tim Kuniskis is one of maybe 3 people that they could possibly bring in and bring back. And we joke by calling him Mopar Jesus, but it's a fact though. Maybe Giles. I don't know. There's not a lot of people that you're going to be able to bring in that would be able to turn this thing around. And I feel that at least with Kuniskis at the head, right? He can also kind of put some of that design and horsepower working with Giles to turn around some of those European brands that absolutely suck balls right now. And I'm talking about Peugeot, I'm talking about DS. I understand that Tavares turned around Opel, but I mean, Jesus. And there's a good possibility. I mean, I'll put it like this. If they gave Ralph Giles the job of CEO, I think he could do the job. I just think where Tim Kuniskis has already been in that kind of executive position, granted only for Dodge and Ram and some of these other pieces at Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, I feel like either one of those guys could probably turn North America around because they'd make the decisions that need to be done. We're going to talk about that in a later video as Stellantis is seeing that as well. And we might see the biggest cuts on inventory and vehicles that we've seen since the pandemic. And Dodge might become the value brand with power? You mean like they used to be? Wow. But I digress. Who do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's Antonio? Do you think it's Ralph? Do you think it's Tim? Does Tim forego awesome things that he has in his future to take up the mantle of this mess that they call Stellantis? It's all about the money. Talked about this the other day. It's literally all about the money. Money makes everything better. So even if they burned bridges with Tim Kuniskis, it's all about money. Plain and simple. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure to go check out the sponsors here on the channel. Destroyer1320.com. If you have a Mopar product, and I mean a Ram, a Jeep, a Dodge, a Chrysler, even Ford, you need to go check them out. Protect your car so that your car, truck, van, whatever, doesn't get stolen. And then you're too bad, so sad, that your, last call or very nice Challenger that this was your retirement, whatever it was, gift to yourself gets destroyed. It's pretty cheap. Destroyer1320.com. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, Stay petty, my friends.